Hello, I'm Polina and I study English every day with Outcomes Advanced. Welcome aboard. So today is our sixth lesson and today we're going to work a lot with words and the text, okay? So yesterday we discussed questions before the text. Let me show you them just to remind you something, all right? Here we are. So yesterday we discussed these questions. What effects do these things have on a city, which could be a possible effect? Okay, which are of greatest concern and of least concern, and so on. And all this was done namely for later reading a text on 3 different pages. So there are going to be 3 different texts, which we are going to work out. What I mean by work out is study the words, useful words combinations, phrases, new sentences, and everything. Then we retell it, okay, literally retell. And by retelling, I also mean learn. Yeah, I find learning English the best way to learn English. You see what I mean? So to learn English means literally learn. Just sit and do it like this. Well, so to be honest, before the lesson, I have read the text actually and have found some phrases, useful phrases for myself as well as for you. So everything step by step, okay? So first of all, let's read this text. And here there are 2 possible ways to do it. If you want to practice your pronunciation more, if you want to like to warm up your articulation apparatus machine, your mouth, literally, yeah, your teeth, your mouth, your tongue, and everything, you need to read this text aloud. So you can pause the recording again and just read this text aloud with better intonation. And you have to keep in mind that reading aloud a text should not disturb you from understanding what you are reading, right? So I'm going to read it and again underline something that I liked, okay? Next time with the next text, we will work together, I guess, okay, kind of. So, Bogota. The ex-mayor of Bogota, Enrique Peñalosa, has argued that if we ever achieve a successful city for children, we will have built the perfect city for all citizens. In Bogota, the capital of Colombia, they have tried to fulfill this ideal by transforming what was once a chaotic city, badly affected by congestion and gripped by fear of crime, into one far better for children. Okay, so badly affected for congestion and gripped by fear of crime. Badly affected means having negative impact on, yeah? So having bad consequences of congestion, and congestion we started previously. Then gripped by fear of crime, if someone or something is gripped by something, it means like it is controlled. Nice, yeah, nice synonym. And my tip is always paraphrasing and giving synonyms to what you find, actually. It doesn't matter whether you find the synonyms in a vocabulary, in a dictionary or in your head. But the thing is that language works this way. Yeah? You find synonyms all the time and you paraphrase. Okay. Peñalosa is largely credited with this transformation through the large-scale reforms he initiated at the turn of the century. However, if other mayors hadn't secured the city's finances before him and developed his reforms afterwards, the changes wouldn't have been so successful. So large-scale reforms, reforms that took that happened over a large area or a large group of people, or everything all together. And secure the city's finances. This one is very delicate from my perspective, because what do they mean by secure the city's finances? Whether do they speak about how to say, when people give money to other people in this bureaucracy machine just to make the process faster. Oh, we all know this thing, because I think it's the same in every country. But okay, I don't know what it means. I mean, what is behind this secure the city's finances? But we can understand that that they protected the money of the city's money. Yeah. Okay. One of the first steps he took was to clear a large slum that dominated the center of Bogota and replace it with a large public space. Nice. The slum had been a no-go zone for police and had effectively created a barrier between the affluent north and the more deprived south of the city. By demolishing it, the city was immediately brought closer together. Having cleared one space, Penalosa's administration then expropriated the land of a private country club in the north of the city. Its golf course and polo fields were converted into a free park with sports facilities for all. Okay, to clear a large slum, it means just to destroy a group of condemned, and derelict buildings. Condemned is better than derelict, because condemned, they are already like proclaimed. They are officially places that are not okay for living. I forgot the word. Appropriate for living. Yeah, that's why. Condemned is better. Dominated the center. This one I just loved, really. Dominated the center, because I've never used this phrase, and I liked it, really. Dominated the center, yeah. Instead of saying was the major part, or was the most important, or like the central part, which I had already known. Yeah, Passport. I am gonna use, I hope, dominated the center. It's so beautiful, really. For me, it's beautiful. Beautiful English language. And now goes on. Actually, I've read the not determination. How to say, or maybe determination. Definition. Sorry. So yeah, I've read the definition of no go zone. So it's a zone, it's a dangerous area in the city where police do not go, really, just because crime. I actually put it here. What here? Sorry. Yeah, because just a group of people who have weapons. How do we call them? A group of people who have weapons. Prevent the police, people too, from entering. Okay, so they are kind of protect this zone, and they like expropriate, which we will learn a bit later. But you see, these people really expropriate some area in the city so that even police can control this. It's amazing, because I've never been in such area, really. In our city, in Samara, I've never heard of something like this, really. Well, effectively created a barrier between. Yeah, actually, it's not that difficult to understand, but again, it's just one that is in bold, as well as it's just beautiful. I consider it beautiful, really. Created a barrier between. So if we clearly, distinctly can see something that a barrier can be created between. Yeah, why not to remember this one, this phrase? Deprived South. Okay, deprived. It means not having good conditions for living, or any facilities, or money, or anything. So bad conditions for living, deprived. Okay. And demolishing. So this is the action of clearing a large slum. So by demolishing, demolish is to no, D exists. No, I don't think there is a word like this. So destroy. We have actually we have a sentence. We have maybe it's an idiom. I don't know. Like сравнять с землей. Maybe I can find it. Why not? Raise to the ground. I don't know. I don't know. Raise to the ground. Okay. Maybe raise to the ground. What is the raise then? Raise means to completely destroy a city, a building. Nice. We found it. Great. Raise to the ground. It means demolish, actually. Raise to the ground. And you raise. I love English. Sorry. Raise to the ground. It's like, like fractal. It opens, then you come closer. It opens again, then you come closer. It's again, like this. So this fractal thing, and I love it absolutely. It's non-stop process. Absolutely, the process I can get. I can be into all life. I hope. Okay. Coming to our things. So demolishing, raising things or buildings to the ground. Yeah. Expropriate the land. It's when you take away the land from anyone. Yeah. Or someone, sorry. Convert into a free park. I think it's like transformed into a free park. Yep. They then started to tackle congestion and the lack of facilities for pedestrians and cyclists. Wide pavements were built and cars were prevented from parking on them, a move that led to huge protests. The government built miles and miles of cycle lanes and set up a huge network of buses, again using separate lanes. They also imposed restrictions on car use and increased taxes on petrol, the proceeds from which went back into the new transport system. So to tackle congestion, again, in the very beginning of this unit, we learned this word. To tackle means to solve, to overcome, right? The problem, so to tackle congestion means to solve the problem of congestion, and as well as the lack of facilities. If the lack is when you don't have enough of something, yeah? Okay. Imposed restrictions on, it means they limited, they put limitations on car use, yeah? They created certain laws that control the car use, yeah? Finally, they poured money into education, building new schools and a network of libraries, several in the most deprived neighborhoods. The schools were also given thousands of computers connected to both the internet and the libraries. The program resulted in a huge increase in enrollment and school attendance. Well, pour money into, I think it's the same as invest money, but pour money is the same as we have in Russia. When you pour something, you pour water, you pour money, yeah? You pour money when you are watering the flowers, right? So this is pouring money means. Good men, yeah, gentlemen, they also pour money into their women. Yeah. They're supposed to, in our country for sure. So, just a sec. I love water. Increase in enrollment and school attendance. Actually, I checked these two. Enrollment and attendance, because these are a bit different concepts. I remember the word concepts. Because enrollment in when you register, so when you say, I want to study, can you take me? When you come to a new school, when you come to a school and you ask for giving you an opportunity to study there. This is enrollment. And attendance, if you continue studying then. So you once came, added to enrollment rate, and then you continue studying and you add to the attendance rate. I think this like this. And finally, during his time in office, Penalosa did not escape criticism, and after his 3-year term in office, he failed to be re-elected in subsequent attempts. Some critics hate aspects of the road laws. Others complain new housing is far from the original home of the city center. Nice. Escape criticism is to avoid criticism. Yeah. And subsequent attempts that followed. Yeah, following attempt. Okay, what tries that followed one another. Yeah, okay. So we're done with this text. What I have already done actually for our and my comfort, I added the list of the words in our unit 1 cities. Okay, I shall write it here. I say unit 1. I write it everywhere, as you see. Unit 1 cities. So I added the list, and you can so that you can revise first 19 items here, vocabulary items, and then you start first 18, sorry, and then you start from the 19th till the end. There are like 19, 37 minus 19, it's maths is not my best part. 37 minus 18, it's 19, right? 19 items. Okay. Not not a few, but still we're enjoying the process, right? We want to be better. So now the thing that we have to do is to retell the story in Bogota. Yeah, and to do it, I will use these useful vocabulary items because they are here in order they appear in the text, apart from the final, which I included at the very end of my process of completing all these things. Okay, fulfill an ideal. If I don't forget, I will also tell you about neighborhood thing, which I found incredibly interesting. Okay, so okay, so there was an ex-mayor in Bogota, Enrique Penalosa, who proclaimed that if they built a wonderful city for children, they will have built a perfect place to live for everyone. And at that moment, Bogota, the capital of Colombia, was once it was a chaotic city, badly affected by congestion and gripped by fear of crime. So Enrique and his administration, Enrique initiated some large-scale reforms and was quite successful in them. However, if other mayors hadn't contributed, so there wasn't this word actually. But I do it the way I can. So if other mayors hadn't followed his ideas, hadn't developed his ideas. Sorry, I remembered. So if the mayors, if other mayors hadn't secured the city finances before him and developed his reforms afterwards, the reforms wouldn't have been so successful. I did it. Okay. So you can do it as well. Okay. So yeah. So the first thing, and Enrique is credited but by all these large-scale reforms now. Okay. So first thing to do was to clear a large slum which dominated the city center. And it was a no-go, even a no-go zone for police, and had effectively created a barrier between an affluent south and deprived north. Yeah. By demolishing it, they well, let me remember. By demolishing it, they created clear space. No, I have to remember because it's yeah. By immediately so sorry. By demolishing it, the city was brought closer together. And once they have demolished and cleared the space, they next expropriated the land of the private club in the north of the city. It's golf courses and polo fields were successfully converted into a free park with sports facilities for all. Okay. Next thing, they started to tackle congestion and the lack of facilities for pedestrians and cyclists. Wide pavements were built, and the cars were prevented from parking there, and this move led to huge protests. So miles and miles of cyclist lanes were built, and they set up a network of buses which also worked on several lanes. Then the administration of Enrique's administration imposed restrictions on car use, and they increased taxes on petrol, and this all ended up in a new system of public transport, as far as I remember. Well, finally, they poured money into education, building new schools and libraries, several in the worst deprived neighborhoods. And also the schools were given thousands of computers, both connected to the internet and to the libraries. All this resulted in a huge increase in enrollment and school attendance. During his term, Enrique Peñalosa didn't escape criticism, and he failed to be re-elected in subsequent attempts. I forgot the word for feel an ideal. So some critics hated something about like road laws, and others didn't like that their new housing was too far from their previous homes in the city center. Yeah. Okay. It was in the very beginning, so I forgot it. And I'm fine with it. It can happen, yeah? But I put an effort. I put in a great effort, actually, before the lesson. And all this led to one conclusion for me. So what we're going to do right now, and what I expect my students to do with with such type of work. So all the time you have to work out the text. If you are just studying, like you are learning English, you don't have special tasks like true, false, not stated, or multiple choice tasks or anything. If you just have a chance to work with the text and like here retell the text, discuss something, working with the text is I think one of the best ways really to learn English by yourself, if you're learning by yourself. Just because you work with a text that is, you know, checked, corrected, соответствует. I don't know. Correspond. Okay, nice one. Correspond. That correspond to, if I'm not mistaken, correspond. So you have the quality of the words and phrases and vocab that correspond to your particular level. So take everything from reading. Even such a small text can bring you so huge amounts of usage, right? Can be so useful for you. So that's why what I want from us right now, we have 4 more minutes, and I'm going to explain what we're going to do for the next lesson. So for tomorrow, actually. We take the next text, which is about Manchester. Yeah. First time you just read it all from the beginning till the end. Next step is okay, you can use a pencil or like I do here. You can read and underline anything you need actually. So the ones I mean something that is in bold already should be it has to be underlined, okay? Also you can add anything you want to, okay? So this is the first part of reading. Then you take so then okay, you do not use notes as students. Why not? Okay, actually notes, this service is for anyone. It's for free, absolutely. So you can create your own list of words for yourself, just like I do for myself and apparently for you as well. So you create this list of words and phrases. You studied like very, very precisely, trying to understand every single piece, okay? Even if you are confused, even a bit, do it just because it will bring you, okay, it will do better for you, okay? And finally, you start retelling one part, one extract from one after another, okay? Like this, parts. Because they are always, I think, thematical parts. So one idea, then the next idea, and the next, and so on. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts again here, just like we had here. It was like 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. There were 5 parts here, 4 parts here. And while retelling or learning, just like I did, okay, you can use your own list in the same order the words appear in the text, just not to, you know, follow, you know, not just sticking to the text itself, but keeping in mind the main idea, okay, the main thing about, yeah. So the main idea, I mean the main phrases that are that were taken from the text, okay? So that is what we do for tomorrow. That is what I do for tomorrow. I hope you found this lesson interesting and useful for yourselves. I really put a great effort in it all, and I think I'm done. So I need to have rest, I think, before I'll have a lesson with my students. I have to rest, really. So I wish you the same level of satisfaction, just like I experience and feel right now. You're welcome to our next lessons, and I wish you a good day. Okay, thank you for watching. Okay, again. Note, the links for Note and for Notion are in the channel description. Okay, you can just highlight it, or how to say, and put it into something. Okay, you'll get it. Okay, see you. Thank you. Goodbye.